Welcome to Timberland Farms. My name's Anthony. Behind me is our old pig pasture. Right now it's set up as a hog loading chute. You can see the two panels here. We back our livestock trailer up here and we were able to load the hogs. So this is the last thing we used this pasture for last summer. We loaded out the pigs, sent them to butcher, and now we have a new batch. So we need to take these panels down, put them in pasture, and set up a training pen for them. So we're gonna reuse these T-posts and these hog panels right here and make a training pen for the hogs, for the piglets we got. So we're gonna need a T-post driver. Some of these T-posts, probably need a couple extra T-posts as well. So I have these jumper wires here. This is how I get power to the pig fence. I just jump off of the horse fence right beside me here. I just used some bale twine and tied up the fencing here. Nothing spectacular. So this training pen's only going to use 4 of these hog panels. So you can pick these up at Tractor Supply for about $30 a piece. So the purpose of this training pen is to get the piglets associated with electric fence before we actually release them out on all electric. If we don't train them to the electric fence, they're just going to hop through the electric fence. I usually only run a 2 or a 3 wire electric fence. It's poly rope is what I use. We're going to have to address that. We're going to change out all the step-in posts for T-posts, as this is going to be a permanent pasture in our property. Last year I wasn't quite sure how I wanted it oriented, but now I'm set in stone what I want to do, so we're going to put in a little bit more permanent structure. So I really don't see a purpose of trimming all of this. I'm just going to do where the fence panels go and where the pig house is going to go. So once we get all this established and we get the pig pen set up, we're going to run electric wire, and then after that we can put our pig house in there. Now that we have our outline laid out, we can go ahead and bring the panels in, get a measurement with those, and then put T-posts in the ground to attach the fence panels to the T-posts. Well, we finally got our piggies outside. We got our training pen all set up. All 8 piggies are outside enjoying the mud, rooting around. And this is where we're training them to the electric fence. They're rooting right up to this line right here, and that's it. Got a bullet insulator right there, and it's connected to the horse fence with a jumper wire right here. But now we can work on the rest of the pig fence over this way. So I'm trying something new here. I got a hog panel right here. This is where I'm gonna feed, so I'll be able to reach over and feed them without a problem. Last year we just had electric right up to the gate, and I'd always have to go inside and deal with the pigs. And now we have more pigs, and they're gonna be big and they're gonna be bullies, so I'd like to be on the other side, and also be easier for Vanessa if she has to help for some reason. So we're gonna put this hog panel up right here. This T-post is from when we had our water tank. This is now in the training pen you just saw. So we're gonna move that back here, maybe put some concrete down for it, and then we'll run electric off the end of this hog panel. We're gonna use these wire clips to attach this to the post. And then I got this clip bender. I've never used one of these before, so we're gonna try this guy out. I guess I can see it now. Now I'm going to try to pull this fence post up and use this on the back side of this fence. Supposedly you can use these fence post pounders to pull posts. That works pretty slick. Never tried that before either, and it seemed like it worked pretty good. Like a charm. We got all of our clips in. I'm gonna hammer these down and get to push the fence down a little bit further into the ground. I won't be able to use this the standard way as it's hitting the fence, so I'm gonna use this upside down and try not hurting myself. Now that this is in place, we'll run down the line with our electric fence, put some T-posts in and using some step-in posts. All right, we got our T-posts in. We got some of our wires ran. We run the bottom wire at about ankle height. Because the pigs like to root. Snap these guys into place. And then I do one just below knee height. Then I do one just below knee height. I'll go down a notch. And I'll do one a little bit higher. So these guys have been outside for roughly about 5 days now. I think they're trained to the electric just fine, so we're gonna let them out to the rest of the pasture here, and then we're gonna go ahead and feed them. Way in the distance, I have a feed trough and a little feed tub I put out there on the other side of the electric, trying to entice them to touch the electric, and they're not having it. They want to get that feed. They were squeaking and squealing, ready to eat, but they just won't touch it, so I think they're good to go. But before we release the Krakens, I want to show you guys the feed trough that I made. Hopefully that's enough room for 8 pigs. It's just a 2x4 going lengthwise with a couple 2x4s to hold it up at this angle. This is a very similar design as what Evan did from Country U Acres. He just has them singly. I have it bolted together here in the center. I got 4 bolts holding the 2 halves together for multiple pigs. And then he drilled a hole in the 2x4s that are for the feet. And then he put stakes in the ground. So I might do that. I was just originally intending on tying this to the hog panel here and that T-post. I might drive in a second one right here to help hold this even more. But let's release those pigs. Come on out. Right now I think they can go up on feed ratio. So I've been giving them about 1.75 buckets of this guy, so I can go ahead and probably give them 2.5 buckets. But I guess I'll show you guys this. It's an auger meant for putting flower bulbs in. It fits inside this IBC tote perfect. And the only thing you have to worry about is getting all the feed to line up in the center. You give it a couple taps and it's there. Oh, stop it. Maybe they'll figure it out that this is over here. Well, I can't convince these little happy hogs to come and try out the grain feeder. They don't want any invitation to the buffet table. So I'm just gonna let them do their thing. If I happen to get a clip of them eating out of there, I'll throw it in at the end. But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Any comments, any advice you're going to give me. This is my second year raising pigs, and I'm always open to learn something new. But next on our agenda, I should be working on the backhoe, get that up to snuff. I have a hay storage building that I have to put up using that machine.